Back in the 70s, board games and improv theater had a baby, and it was called the role-playing game. These games allowed a generation of kids to live out their dreams of slaying dragons and saving kingdoms, all while sitting in their bedrooms and basements. Today, gaming has moved into the cultural mainstream, and role-playing games are back with a vengeance. Join us now as 5 of these former kids come out of the basement and onto the internet to experience adventure, mystery, and obscure pop culture references. It's time for Roll for Combat!
Hey everyone, welcome to Rule for Combat. I'm your GM and host, Stephen Glicker, and in this week's episode, well, we only have one episode left, so this is kind of it. Looks like everyone is kind of alive. Now they're just trying to get off the ship. They're fighting the gravitational eddies, making it really, really hard even to move 5 feet. And they're trying to rescue Akira to make sure he lives. And the big bad boss, I have a feeling, is not completely gone. He will probably reappear and try to stop them. But for all intents and purposes, this is kind of it. They have succeeded. The fight is over, more or less. I managed to take a whole bunch of activities, both the fight, as well as other rooms, as well as starship combat, as well as the gravitational eddies, and combine it into one massive encounter that took several weeks for us to actually play through, and several months for you to listen to. So, whether it was successful or not, I think so. I think if you listen to it as one big long fight, I think it actually works. I almost think of this fight like a Jackie Chan movie at the end. If you ever watch any Jackie Chan movie, at the end of his movies, he always has a fight that goes on for 20 to 30 minutes, and that's what this was. This was the 30-minute battle at the end of a Jackie Chan movie. Although instead of it being 30 minutes, it was several hours long. But yeah, this will be kind of the big ending. This is the beginning of the end. We only have one episode left. And then after that episode, Dead Sons is complete, and we go on to the next big thing. And in this case, it's Tales from the Black Lodge, which you'll be able to listen to very soon. I actually have the first episode finished. I just have to sort of put it together, put it on. The secret is I can't just do one episode. I actually have to do a couple of episodes because it's not one episode and then it's done. I actually have to do another episode and another episode and so forth. So I got to make sure I got at least a couple in the can before I start posting them. Otherwise I'm going to fall behind. And with what's going on in the world, my life has been, it already was incredibly busy, but this last couple of weeks have made things even more busy, if that's possible. So it's been very, very hard for me to concentrate on this new podcast. So it should be out shortly. As I said, I have one episode ready. It's got to get a couple more. And then hopefully you can go from Dead Sons right into the new Tales from the Black Lodge podcast. And of course, you could always listen to the 3 Ring Adventure podcast. That one we have, I think, like 7 or 8 episodes already in the can. So we're in good shape for that. I have those all ready to go, so no problem. That will be posted on a weekly basis now until, well, the end of time, because that's going to go to level 20. We'll see how that goes. Anyhow, with that, let's get to this week's episode. Last we left off, you guys were finishing up the epic battle. You're about to crash into the super weapon. You're right next to it. Rusty is about to fall into the ceiling. Hiroji is also about to fall into the ceiling and is trying to crash and go down with the ship.
Oh, that reminds me. Yeah, I have a lawyer for that.
Climbing all over the place. Tuttle is rescuing Akira because no one else will. And the big bad disappeared. For now, in the meantime, all around you, there's strobing white lights, displays flashing messages in the Neoxian, warning of an imminent collision, fires and smoke, electricity sparking in the air. You can tell this ship is in really, really bad shape. With that, we continue the endless battle. and Rusty is up. Last thing that happened was that the gravity has been reversed, and the ceiling is now the floor. So, Rusty, you are about to fall onto the ceiling. What are you going to do?
I activate my rocket.
Bob Marquis is playing the human envoy Rusty Carter.
Well, no. You have to give me a reflex save, and then you could activate it.
Well, then you asked what I was going to do. You didn't say do a reflex save. Okay, I'll do that first.
You have a rocket? What type of rocket do you have?
The jetpack on my armor.
Ah, okay.
I, much like almost everyone else, has one of those.
Okay. You get a 29. So 29 means you will be able to right yourself and land on your feet. And you should be able to ignore the first 10 feet of damage. So you only take 7 points, a mere 7 points of damage.
Fine. That's fine.
And you land on the ceiling. Now you
heal me.
What are you gonna do?
I activate my rocket thruster jetpack exciting thing that I've had since the 1970s, since I saw it in the $6 Million Man.
What is it called exactly?
Hold on. Probably jump
jets.
Yeah, that's right.
That's only for a jump. It doesn't.
Yeah, that's what you
jetpack. Jetpack is actually what it's called.
That's different.
Chris Beamer is playing the tiefling technomancer Akiro the Just.
It's a move
Yeah,
enhancement.
there's different levels. If you have a jetpack,
Jetpack. I gain a fly speed of 30 feet, average maneuverability. I can use this for cruising flight at a usage of only 1 charge per minute, but you are flat-footed and off-target while doing so. Changing from normal flight to cruising flight or vice versa is a standard action, and it cannot lift you if you're encumbered.
okay. I don't know what it takes to activate it. So, okay, you can fly 30 feet. Where are you going to fly to?
So the gravity is currently saying, are we upside down officially? So I would be able to stand on the ceiling upside down?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. But I don't want to do that just yet. What at the moment I want to do is return to the actual bridge. Wait, hold on. No, we're trying to escape. Right. I'm headed for the escape capsule. Now I recall where we're at from the previous.
Well, you don't have to, but that's where other people are going.
I'm going to assume it was at least one action for me to activate the jetpack, and so I will move 30 feet in that direction. I'm done.
Roji, give me a reflex save.
I would like to use acrobatics to hold on to my chair that I'm sitting in with my legs and continue to pilot the ship, hanging upside down.
Seth Lipton is playing the Lashunta operative Hiroji.
Fine.
I have skill focus in acrobatics, so I'm going to take 10 on it and get a 33.
I don't know. How does that work? You could just take 10. Let me look.
That was what we established before about the stealth.
No, that was
like
before, but that was. But is it automatic?
No,
for
no, no.
anything,
Like
including things.
No, the rule as I recall, we could look up the rule again. But the rule as I recall, when this was when this came up, was in the context of stealth, which I also have skill focus in. Is an aspect of skill focus is you can take 10 even if you're like distracted or another.
I think it's an aspect of the operator class.
No, is that what it is? Like so an operator who has skill focus can do that.
I think so.
All right. Well, in any event, I do that.
Okay, fine. You take 10 and you are holding on to the seat upside down, and you are now on the ceiling. What do you do?
I continue to pilot the ship, gain speed to ram the Uber weapon.
Are you gonna go down with the ship?
Does he even need to do that?
John Statz plays the Vesk soldier Mo Dupinsky.
Because we're right next to the gate.
Well,
I mean,
you are now officially okay. So he continues the ramming speed. The displays throughout the entire ship continuously flash horrible, horrible warning signs of imminent collision coming. You pass through the dimensional plane into the portal of the demiplane containing the Stellar Degenerator.
This is exciting.
As you do that, additional gravitational anomalies begin engulfing the Ultranaut.
oh no.
The strange gravitational eddies are counteracting the artificial gravity throughout the ship, including the messing up that's already occurring as in the explosions throughout the ship. So, what that means is that you are going to be going through even more anomalies as you continuously try to get off the ship. You see the Stellar Degenerator now on a direct collision course with the Ultronaut. It is so large that it's taking up most of the view screen, and it will now be impossible to break or veer away from the Stellar Degenerator. Plus, the strange gravitational eddies in this demiplane have locked you on this course.
Oh, okay, that's good. All right, so let me review what we discussed last episode about my ultimate plan, like what my escape plan is. Like we discussed last time, my plan was that I inquired about like what was the minimum safe distance and all that jazz last time, if we recall. My plan was to utilize plane shift escape at the last appropriate moment. And in this circumstance, with all the gravity entities, I'm gonna modify that at the last appropriate moment, I'm going to release the chair, and then in free fall, I'm going to activate play shift escape to pass through the hull of the ship and exit into space in my spacesuit as the ship continues on its destructive course, and that'll be how I'll try to get out of it.
Okay. So, guys, keep in mind, you have gone into a demiplane now. So it is like you are in liquid space from Voyager. You're no longer in your plane of existence. You're now in the plane of existence that has the Stellar Degenerator, where things are different. Not quite the same as before. So just keep that in mind.
So how much time? What's our impact estimate? Like if we're on a
5 to
collision
10
course, okay, 5 to 10 minutes,
at
and
most.
that's unavoidable at this point.
At this point, as of now, there is no turning back. You have passed the minimum safe distance. This is happening. There's nothing you can do about it.
We don't need to pilot it anymore.
No, you do not need to pilot it anymore.
Okay, that's the question.
The demiplane is small enough. It's kind of like the Expanse in that the demiplane, like it's big but small. It's smaller than average space, and this takes up so much of that space that you're going to hit it. Like maybe the demiplane's only a couple 100 miles in any direction. You know what I mean? So it's like a small sub pocket of space.
Right.
And now you have two gargantuan ships that have so much gravity that there's no way out. And there's so much momentum going forward. You couldn't turn the ship around if you tried. You'd crash into the Stellar Degenerator. Mo, give me a 1D100 as new fun gravitational things are about to happen.
97.
Ooh.
That's a good roll.
No,
That's
it's not
good.
That is a good roll. Let's be honest. That's statistically very good.
No.
So far, the higher has been the better, or at least the more entertaining.
Extreme gravity.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. The gravity flips back to the floor 4 times what it was initially. So you now weigh 400% more than before, and you are going to have to, there's no chance you're going to fall onto the floor no matter what. Unless you are flying. And even those of you with flight packs, you will not be immune to 400% gravity. So, Mo, how far up were you originally?
I am 20 feet away from the floor, 10 feet away from the ceiling.
So you just smash down to the ground. You just take 8 points of damage.
Okay.
The good news is you're
right.
on the floor, and you can move. You're crawling, and you can move 1/4 speed.
1/4 speed. Wow. Okay, 1/4 of 70. Let's call that 15. I'm going to, and I am within 15 feet of that doorway. So
No, now you're in front of the door. You're right in front of the door.
I'm basically
take you
I'm starting in front of the door.
That's fine. It'll take you your entire action just to open the door, though.
All right, that is what I'll do.
Okay, you open up the door, and you see it is leading down sort of a chute Looks like an emergency chute of some sort. Tuttle. Well, also, you get a little bit more damage, though. You just take... Were you flying or anything?
I thought I had activated my jetpack last session, but I could be wrong about that.
Jason McDonald is playing the Ahsoka mechanic, Tuttle Blacktail.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah, you were kind of riding a Kiro,
Okay,
kind of
so
like a boat.
Right, you were riding Kiro, who has fly, and he's probably the only one that's going to be unaffected by this because flight will not be affected by this. So since you have a jetpack, I will say you can get a reflex save. Not acrobatics, not athletics. 24 will not be good enough. So again, it sort of messes you up. You hit the ground pretty hard. Just take 9 points of damage. So it's not great. But you're in like the hover mode. Like you basically hit the ground and you're like, you still can move. I'll say you can either move a quarter of your speed or a half of jetpack speed, which would be 15, I guess.
Which is basically the same number either way. It's 7.5 feet.
In a way, yeah, I guess. Well, no, it would be because the jetpack goes 30, so you can move 15 in the jetpack, or you can just move 15 in the jetpack because the jetpack you can like push yourself along the floor or something.
Well, I'm going to use my sort of Aeon telepathy to send Mo a mental imagery of, you need to help me move Akira. I can't move him by myself. And I'm going to do a medicine check to try to stabilize him.
That's right. He's still dying. Where's my sheet?
Yep.
26.
You only need a 15. I think it's almost impossible for you to fail. So you stabilize.
I think like on a nat 1 I'd fail, but that's it.
Well, on skill checks, and that one doesn't automatically fail, actually.
In that case, I literally cannot fail.
Okay. So you're still grabbing onto him. You stabilize him somehow. I don't know how this
I look
all
up those
happened.
rolls,
It's
yeah.
really weirdness, but
I hate to break it to you, Chris. At some point, I'm going to have to bolt for the exit. I mean, I'll try to keep stabilizing you.
Don't leave me!
you only have a few rounds left
Don't leave me!
of death. Give me you're flying, so you just sort of flip around the other way. You're just like, you know what you're like a pinball. You're just bouncing around. Not really
Magical
like,
flight. I like
but
it.
you know what? The ship's like rotating around you. Although gravity would still I guess not, because flight is flight, so you'd just be flying in the air.
I don't know how that works. I mean,
That's
it's
like
like
maybe like you slowly fly to the like it doesn't really.
Is
pull
he even
you.
conscious?
No,
No.
he's unconscious.
Oh,
no,
okay.
but flight does work on unconscious. You can actually cast it on someone who is unconscious. It specifically.
Yeah, I was
says
thinking
that.
about that. I wonder if it actually disappears. If it's like, do you have to? If you don't have to
No.
concentrate, then it's still on you.
I mean, it's definitely still on me, but in terms of being able to fly, that might require concentration. However,
Perhaps.
flight is one of those weird spells where it's like you can take it at multiple different levels. And level 1,
Right.
I have level 3 on. Level 1 of flight is Featherfall, literally. So I don't
Right.
So it's maybe
I'll
it's,
say
it's maybe
okay.
it could be interpreted as incorporated in the spell. Like
I'll say it's okay. So let's just say you're like kind of floating, and not going to take major damage, but you're still having robot sickness.
ugh.
Give me that fort save. I love it. Will he make it? It's the last one.
Please.
Oh,
No,
man.
he rolls a 2.
God, you're so bad at this.
We have a new robot.
I've
We-
I don't even
Never-
remember what the damage was. It's been a lot, though. I think it's 3d6.
It doesn't matter because it just brings
It just brings you
me
back down
to 0. Yeah. All right. So let me read the rules again. I think I lose another resolve.
What a robot.
Oh, there we go. He dies again.
Better.
Yeah, you'll use one
Right.
more resolve point.
You're
to
right.
get
So
back
take
to
off a
it.
resolve. I think I may be okay. I may be
How
out
many
of the way.
resolve points do you have? Are you dead?
He has 4 left.
I have 4 left.
Oh, jeez.
Okay, Rusty, no matter what, you're going to have to give me a reflex save to see how badly you
Yeah.
bounce on the ground from the super intense, extreme gravity. I love it. It's extreme. Extreme.
I
Yes,
started
and
with
of course,
10
actually, by the way, Chris, I now, of course, remember from last week I had intended to go back and help him move you, but, well, a week passed, so, too late.
You only have 10 minutes, so you take your time in getting to the sea
Yeah,
without me.
there's a lot of time to drag his corpse to the entrance.
His crappy reflex save, he thought he'd be really cool just flying over there, but with the extreme gravity reversing, he smashes into the floor, taking 11 points of damage. But you can continue moving. So you're like, you smash.
Do I still have 2 actions this time?
Yeah, you still have 2 actions, but you can only move. At most,
Okay.
you can move 15 per action.
Okay. I actually am going to move back towards.
Oh, okay.
That's good.
So
That's
you
a good
basically
thing.
move 30, and now moving back 30. There you go. Good job.
Well, as I said, I actually lost track of what I was my
That's
plans
nice.
were previously.
That's nice.
That's fine.
That's
I was going to help him, but there it is. All right, here we go.
Good job. You're good. You're a good friend. You're a good friend.
Well, something like that, sure.
Well, Hiroji, on the other hand, is
You
not a
moved
good friend. Now,
twice as far. He
No,
moved
he
too
he
fast.
moves. No, that's it. No,
A
he
double
moved 30.
move
That's all he
is
gets.
15. No,
The double move.
move
No,
is
he's
15,
using his.
not 30.
No, he used a jetpack. I am allowing his jetpack to go a little bit further.
Oh, okay.
'Cause he
Never
uses
mind.
jetpack.
Sorry.
I said regular movement is you crawling. The jetpack is just like hard to maneuver.
Yeah, Mo is going to have to
So-
crawl.
Yeah, you're gonna have to crawl. Hiroji. Okay, the good news is you're on the chair. The bad news is it's still gonna squish you. Perhaps. I'm gonna say you're gonna have to do reflex save, and you can't take 10 on this one. So let's just see if you probably won't take any.
You
damage.
can't take 10 on a save.
Yeah, you can't take 10 on the save.
All right, so I'm rolling reflexes plus 12.
Plus a lot of.
Got to help with the Kiro, Hiroji.
Don't leave me up dying.
Wow, 31. Rolls a 19. Yeah, he's fine. He's just like, it's like to him, it's sort of like
That's
a
an
tilt-a-whirl. It's like to Hiroji, this is just like a carnival ride. He's just like, woohoo, this is awesome, man. He's just like flying all over the place. He's taking no damage.
He's got the skills.
He's got the
to pay
skills,
bills.
man. He's got the skills.
They pay
He's
the
doing
bills.
Hiroji.
All right, so I'm going to use my appropriate engineering, computers, piloting, whatever I need to do to try to stabilize this gravity situation to give my comrades an opportunity to escape.
Okay.
Don't leave
You
me.
can do computers or engineering, whatever you want.
I'll do, since computers is 22, I'll do computers. Why not?
Don't escape
All right, here I
without
go. I'm rolling.
me.
Amazing.
Wow.
Wow.
He
He
rolled
rolled
a
a natural
natural
20.
Oh, you want the good news or the bad news?
I did, didn't I? I'll take the bad news first.
The bad news is there's absolutely nothing you can do about this whatsoever because now you're inside the gravitational eddies of the universe, so you can't counteract
Oh, that's terrible.
that.
All right, what's the good news?
You're not dead.
You rolled a natural 20. It's
There's the good news. You rolled a natural 20.
Horrible.
You rolled a natural 20, you wasted your turn, and there's nothing that it
the
affects.
satisfaction of having rolled it.
Pretty much.
Is that legal? Is that legal? I thought in D&D or in all these role-playing games, if you rolled a natural 20, you got something of value. I thought you got some
You
kind
got-
of
you
epic
got-
something.
You know what you got?
Certain knowledge.
Certain
Oh my
An
God.
increased
certain-
understanding of the universe.
Wow.
There's many people who have gone their entire lives trying to understand the certainty in which you now have in your head. You know for a fact that there's absolutely nothing that can be done.
Because you're in the demiplane. The demiplane's causing it.
Originally, it was a combination of the ship malfunction.
Do I get some transcendent insight? Is it like the end of 2001 for me now?
Yes.
Do I get that at
You're-
least?
you're- Yes. Yes. You have transcended.
How about the end
And
of
you-
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy? It's that.
Sure, he gets that
Or-
too. You now know the question, but you don't know the answer. So, sorry, you know the answer, but you don't know the question. So, 42. There you go. I'd say you have a move action left if you want.
All right, and so let's see. So there's a million. So the gravity is a million. We have 10 minutes to get out. That's right.
Yep.
Is that right?
At most.
And
So you're waiting
the
for the
gravity
last
is
second,
pointing- the gravity is pointing down.
Yes.
So I guess I'll stay. I'm gonna stay at the helm and try to stabilize the ship on target and help as much as I can. I'm gonna try and figure out some kind of way to make life easier for my comrades to get out. That's what I'm gonna do.
That's a good idea.
Not going into the singularity might have been an option.
All right, so Mo is right by the door. He's opened up the
Roll
door.
1d100.
Oh my God!
A 1. I want you to get a 1. Oh, yeah, that's
89.
Well,
That's-
things are changing anyhow. You can't get the same one twice in a row, so you get the next one on the list. Ooh, this one's a fun one. Are you ready?
Oh, yeah, I'm
Zero gravity.
Oh,
God
that's fine.
damn
I have no
it.
problem with that.
Characters and unattached objects begin to float slightly off the ground.
I absolutely take credit for that.
Oh, get out of here!
Good job, Hiroji.
Get out of here! All right, so
I fixed it on my computer. Don't worry. Get it out.
Yeah, that's right. You do. You do. That's your 20. You get to take credit for
Damn
the
straight.
forces
Yes!
of the universe.
Yes.
Okay, so Mo is going to use his turn. Okay, I acknowledge Dr. Tuttle's call for help to help Akiro, help to ferry Akiro out. Mo is going to echo that to...
You can't talk.
Sorry?
You still can't talk.
Oh, that's right. Never freaking mind. Mo is going to move as far as he can in 0G. He's against the ground, I guess. So what's my movement speed? Double move.
Same speed. It's the beginning of your every turn, and you must move the full distance unless you're able to change. If you remember, we haven't done this in like 2 years, but you just go straight, and you will continue to go straight until you hit a wall. And then you have to do an acrobatics or athletic check to safely stop.
Okay, so I'm going to do that. I can get 70 feet. Can I actually make an acrobatics to just like say that I've stopped? Because I'm gonna aim at a place where I can just grab onto something.
Where are you trying to? Are you trying to go down to shoot? Or are you leaving?
Yes.
Oh no, you're going back.
Yeah, so I'm going
Look at
back.
that. You're going back. Okay, you're going
I'm going
back.
to use my acrobatics to.
Right.
Now
to
this
grab
is where
onto
Mo
a
shines.
console.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
Mo shines.
Okay.
He's passing up Rusty's feeble efforts to help, and he's going to roll an acrobatics. Quiet, Rusty. It's Mo's turn.
So Mo is like literally he propelled himself with his legs.
What?
Superman.
19 for 28.
So he Superman
Go, Mo, go.
past Rusty. He literally gets right up to Akiro, stops on a dime with a 19, and can grab him with the other hand with Aeon Tuttle as well. And poor Rusty is left in the dust.
Yeah.
No, I think it's really impressive that the very last person to come help Akiro has finally arrived. That's great.
Yeah. No, you would be that person, and you haven't quite arrived yet. So.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Goddamn right.
Well,
All right.
I'm going to say that's because it's your move and then a grab, so you're done.
Yeah,
so you
you're
made it
yeah,
all the way
good.
there.
I'm done.
And Tuttle, you're okay. You're in zero gravity with a jetpack, so you can just kind of fly anywhere you want. So,
Well, I mean, I'm gonna
maneuver.
Okay, I'm gonna start with I'm gonna do one more stabilize.
Okay.
So that happens.
Yeah, it just happens.
Yeah, if you need me to roll, I will. but
No,
if
no.
can't-
So
if
you
can't
stabilize
fail-
them once and
okay.
for all.
And then I'm going to use a move action to head towards the door. Now that Mo's here to help carry him.
And I have 1 hit point now, so I do get an action at some point, right?
Yeah. Well,
you
until
will.
Until you roll.
I'm gonna kind of aim for that corner to try to catch myself, just in case the gravity changes again next turn. So I'm specifically going to aim for that corner.
Okay. I see what you're doing. That's fine. And that's your turn. Akiro, I have good news for you.
Good. No more saving throws.
No more saving throws. You wake up. You have a huge cough fit where circuits and electronics and wires come out of your mouth. You look down and you're just covered in circuitry and God knows what else. You look like a Borg and you just think, man, it's going to be ugly when you go to the bathroom. That's all I'm going to say.
He's one of those like home circuit board kits from Radio Shack.
Oh no!
It looks like you're in the Fly, and instead of doing the teleporter with a fly, you did the teleporter with a toaster.
The other problem at the moment, though, Chris, is that since you basically woke up and then died 12 times in a row, that you actually would currently believe that like several years have passed.
Yeah, I'm very confused and disoriented.
In fact, yeah, it's like you have been stabilized a dozen times. You're half robot, and the gravity is flying all over the place. You wake up, the entire ship is like exploding. You're in a demi-plane. There's strobing white lights. There's alerts going everywhere. You probably think you're dead. It's like you were probably incredibly disoriented. Anyhow,
right,
you're up. What do you do?
All right, so I am up. So, okay.
So now, based on the character, he immediately abandons all of us and runs for the exit and gets there before everyone else.
Oh, he's going to need a little time to orient. He doesn't know what the hell. There's no way he knows where the exit is. So, if anything, I would say either orientate yourself for a turn or grab onto Mo for dear life or something.
Well, I could stand. I mean, I guess I'm prone still too, right? But I mean, that's kind of a relative term. Yeah, I mean, I'm fine.
Right, and there's zero gravity on top of that, so there's no.
All right. Well, you know what? As a free action, I'm gonna say over my comms, we should try and make it to our shuttle because we have our shuttle on board and get on that and leave. And then as a move action, I take out my Mark 1 serum and I drink it.
Okay. Action. All right, that's fine. Give me 1d8. Hey, 5. There you go.
Just so like the next weird gravity thing doesn't kill me. Like I've got to have some hit points. And
oh, that's right. You're not out of the woods. Not even close.
I
the
know.
gravity things might start killing you.
I'm hoping the gravity does kill him, and then we could use the episode title, I've fallen and I can't get up.
That'll be very accurate. Oh, by the way, please stay close to me in case that happens. Why did everyone leave me?
Rusty.
You are currently surrounded by everyone.
I need intensive care.
Not Orochi. He's a self-defense. But everybody else is there waiting to help you. That's all. They're surrounding you. You can see that Rusty was headed to grab you. It's in your line of sight. It's all good.
Well, Rusty's up.
All right, well, move closer, and then I can believe that.
As a move action, I pull out a Mark 1 healing potion.
Okay.
But I won't be able to give it to you this turn, so I'm just going to hold it as a readied action so that when you come to me, I will drop it down your throat as I stand.
Well, you're floating with your jetpack, so you're going to have to go somewhere. Unless you turn.
I have to go somewhere? Alright, then I will go nearer to him.
Okay, if you go near him, okay, now if you want to stop, you're going to have to give me...
I will slam... I'm going to hold my hand out so that it slams into Mo's head. That'll stop me.
Okay, you need to give me an
acrobatics. Stiff arm.
Grab onto my tail.
Well, you still need to make the check.
I
Otherwise, things happen.
I cannot recall the last time I did an acrobatics check.
32. You easily grab onto Mo's tail. We'll say his tail.
I smushed my face into Mo's face. I smushed my hand into Mo's face. I was very clear about the way I was stopping.
Tail.
Okay, one hand on the tail,
let's go back
one
to
hand on the
recording.
face.
Did I say tail? I think I said face.
I think you get both.
Yes.
You get one of both.
Well, he has the Mark 1 healing serum.
Well, that's going in the tail, and then you're going to drink it.
No,
You're not going to like where it's from. Hiroji's up.
A healing serum is being held out in your direction right now.
Well,
Excellent.
He already went. Hiroji once again enjoys the gravitational eddies and is now in 0 gravity. Now what?
All right, so maybe I don't have to do my plane shift escape and whatever, even though it's very cinematic, because we still have like 10 minutes, right?
Yeah.
Right.
I think we should get to the shuttle. By the way, these bone ships are open to space. A lot of them. A lot of the ship structure doesn't have a
Well,
hull.
we are open to space.
Well,
Right, so
you were 30 minutes from the... Was it 30 minutes? I think you were... I think it was 30 minutes from the nearest station. So you guys are either going to have to find escape pods or jump out.
Well, we have our ship on board, right? Didn't we land on a ship?
Yeah, and the ship is several.
yeah, but it's far
an
away.
hour
It's like
away.
the ship is-
several.
It's like, well, anyway,
That's
the thing that I
It's like
that I
5
wanted
miles
to do,
from you. So
right? So the thing I want to do was since I've still I got access, I want to use computers to figure things out. I want to gather information, and so for example, I do want to have an estimate of from where we are, what's the quickest way? I want to answer these questions. I want to find out what's the fastest conceivable way to get to our ship to eliminate or confirm that that's plausible.
You get one answer, so you tell me which one you're going to want. You get one answer per round. So,
all right, let's do that one.
All right.
Is it plausible to get to our own ship and get out of here in the time that we have?
Okay, that's a fair enough thing.
Do you want me to roll or something?
Yeah, just roll.
Okay.
Just roll the check. 34, pretty good.
34.
You bring up the schematics and you figure out the math real quick in 6 seconds. And if it wasn't for you doing such a fantastic plus speed at the Stellar Degenerator, you probably would have had time to run down the hallway, get to the train, the grab train, bring it back to the hangar and escape. But that ship has sailed because you're going way too fast. So you do note that there are emergency escape pods connected to the command center. So you can go that way. That looks like your only option.
All right, I relay all that information. So never mind the ship. It's a lost cause. We got to get to the escape pods. This is where they are. This is what we do.
Mo is up.
Do you explain the part about you accelerating screwed us?
That's a little unfortunate because
Well, I'm just saying, do you explain that as part of your recitation?
Nah, don't bother because if you got it's just a little unfortunate for larger story, because if you guys had left and been going to our ship this entire time, my whole plan for Hiroji's end game would have worked out perfectly, because you guys would have made it to the ship and gotten out and like, oh my god, what's gonna happen to Hiroji, and he goes out the window. But this is fine too. We're gonna go get to the escape pod.
Well, let me tell you what.
You're all surviving. You all go to the escape pod. I'm gonna catch up.
Well, my fate was uncertain because I've been unconscious for the last 10 rounds. So,
do I have to roll 100 to start my turn out? Okay.
Yes, you do.
All right, I guess I'm doing that now.
Okay. Low gravity. It's like the moon. You can jump 3 times as high or as far, and lift 3 times as much. So it doesn't really matter too much, but you guys are now like bouncing around like you're on the moon.
All right. Well, as part of my move action, dragging Akiro, I am going to feed him a healing serum. I'm gonna pop one down his mouth like you would save Popeye, and I'm gonna give him 1 to 8.
Okay, you roll 6.
6.
all right. I'm feeling better.
And I don't know how far I can move him during
No, you're done.
that
You're
action.
done. Nothing. You should.
Okay.
One to pull it, one to give it to him. Aeon can keep going wherever he was going.
Where are the escape pods?
That door to the right.
I guess now that we've established, Akira's on his feet and we've established that that's the way out, I guess I'm going to go over to the door.
Okay. Just fly.
Can I talk yet?
No.
Ugh.
Kiro, you're up. You actually feel pretty good. You got some potions in you, and
there's a Rusty has he's holding one out, right?
yes, right.
Yes, it's right there. It's right there in
That
front
means
of you.
can I grab it and drink it as a move action? I mean, or
You can
what kind of action?
grab
is
it
that?
and
Standard action?
drink it as a standard. It will be your turn. So
That's my whole turn.
If
Yep.
you stand up, you can then take it, or if you can not be prone, you can take it. Something like that.
well, he was flying. He's not prone.
I got a better idea.
Oh, you're flying. That's right. Okay. Oh, there you go.
Hold on, let me just see something here real quick. 60 feet is my foot. All right, it does not compute. And I reach out my arm, I grab the Mark 1 healing serum, and I say, evacuation protocol engaged.
And
Would you like to interview to be Cheddar's replacement?
I fly 60 feet that way.
You're not even bothering to drink it. That's
Not even bothering to drink it.
wow. I can't wait till you get quintuple gravity and it kills you.
I came over here for that.
Rusty's up. Boy, gratitude. He literally took it.
No kidding.
Okay, but you see what's great about this, and I want this very clear, and I think, this is now on the record, that as one of the very last actions of this entire campaign, after we've gone through 2 years of playing this, Okay, I ran over and I healed your ass. Are you tired? Are you done now, Chris?
No, I mean, I thank you for that because I took it. I have it. I'm going to drink it next
No,
turn.
but now it's
I think
happened.
he
I will
actually-
never hear again. Heal me.
Oh,
I
no,
think
you'll
he's-
hear it
I think
again.
he isn't taking the potion to spite you, so you can't say that you healed him.
No,
That is
healing
true.
has been provided. If it was rejected, that is
I mean,
entirely
you're
different
probably going to hear it next round. So
thing.
there's that.
All right, so my first move, I go there. For my second move, I imagine I crash into the wall. But actually, more realistically, I'm going to try and steady myself against Aeon Tuttle.
I'll say you do. I'll say it's not zero gravity. I'll say you just sort of get there ready to go.
Cool.
Roji, you're just hanging out. You're hanging and hanging.
Now, Wall of Force, is that a concentration spell? Like, how long does that thing last? Because it's been
No.
it's been quite a while since that guy left. I'm wondering if it's still there. Is it? Do you think it's plausible that it's still there? Is it?
You
worth,
can put
like,
your hand out and try to touch it.
Yeah, I'd like to.
You put your hand out, it's still there.
Boo. All right, we're out, and I move at full speed directly to the other side of the place.
Oh, you're not doing your cool thing? You're not going to teleport out with everyone and watch it?
Well, I don't have to now. Now it's like
Aw,
we have
that was going to be the best part. All right.
Yeah, I know.
Who's going to do that at the last second?
Yeah, I was going to do it at the last second, but there really is no last second now. I don't really need to.
Oh, there will be a last second. Don't worry.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
So it's worth it. So it's important for me to stay here. And
No,
man the
you don't
things?
have to, but you can. I mean, if you want to go down with the ship and see something that no one else will ever see again and be memorized in song and legend, sure. Or you can go with these suckers and just
Is that the epiphany I got when I rolled a 20 on the computer thing? I'm totally doing that then.
Really? All right, cool.
See something nobody else has seen? Oh my god! Of course.
Oh, then yes, you could have the coolest ending of all, but you can take the boring ending or the cool ending.
How am I not taking the cool ending? Of course I'm taking the cool ending.
You're going to get the quickening.
You're going for the ending that's the green background.
He's
not
getting-
the red.
He's gonna get the quickening. No one else will. Mo's going. He's all by himself. Everyone left you.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, this is exactly the opposite of Mo's
So
escape
here
plan.
comes the weirdest. Here comes the funny one. Normal gravity.
So I'm gonna roll a D100, right?
No, it's normal. It's normal. You went to normal gravity after all that, realizing, it might start up again. Better get going while the getting's good.
And I still can't freaking talk. Like, is this like a permanent effect? I've never had an effect last this long. This is like 15 rounds.
It's 1d4 minutes.
What?
Minutes.
Yeah, all right.
So
No,
that
yeah. All
40
right. No,
rounds.
all right. How fast can I move? Just normal 70 feet?
You can move whatever you normally move. Yeah. So if you're
All right,
35,
well, that's my double move. I can
Okay.
go 70.
Yep.
That's 65 right there. So
yep, you can go through the door.
as part
You
of
can
my
go past
move, I'm
tunnel.
going to pull out another healing serum,
Okay.
and like a sprinter will or someone holding out a cup of water for the marathon. I'm gonna transfer it to Hiroji
Relay race. I love it.
or Kiro, I should say.
Okay, Aeon Tuttle, you see the ending in sight. You can see the big signs that are like it's like the big signs in the Oxyans because you can speak every language known to man and unknown to man, and it's like escape pods this way, and you know exactly where to go.
Marines, we are leaving.
So I could say, yeah, if you want to say that you're just going to go follow the flashing lights towards the escape pods, and you can be fine with that.
I'm sorry, what was that?
I was saying if you want to just say that you go down and follow like the various corridors down to where the escape pods are, you can say you do that, and that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Kiro, you got a healing potion in one hand, and you see an exit to freedom. Sweet, sweet freedom. What do you do?
All right, so I'm going to drink the one that's in my hand.
Okay, give me a roll.
Nice.
7. Wow.
Nice.
Nice.
And now you find out it's poison.
Oh,
Oh no!
All this time, Rusty was waiting for his moment. No, I'm kidding. It's actually...
Can I do a flyby and grab the one in Mo's hand as I move?
that's a move action. Part of a move action. You could probably do that.
I would like to do that if I could, because I could fly, so I can just reach my hand out, grab it, and then move into that room, not too far.
Fine, give me a reflex save to see if you successfully grab it out of his hand.
Okay. All right. That's a little
23.
better.
Fine. I'll give it to you. It's your last hero moment.
So
And I
I
can
do
say
that,
you
and I
fly through, and you just jump in, and you see a mouse running for his life, and you're like, "Wait for me!"
And I do say, Hiroji, do not sacrifice yourself. Come with us if you want to live. And I say, Rusty, I require more maintenance.
Oh, this is genius. I hope this is permanent.
I don't think Rusty heard.
Rusty's up. Rusty, what have you done? What have you?
All right,
what
as
what
a
have you
move
gotten
action,
yourself into?
Sure,
You
as a
didn't
move
hear
action,
what, you didn't
I'm
hear what I
moving here.
said.
Oh, I heard.
He's just ignoring it.
No, as a move action, I move in there, and as part of a move action, I take something that's sheathed, and I hold out a hand to you, and I say, "Here is some additional healing for you."
Okay.
Oh, you're bluffing him. You fail. That's a failure.
There we go. There's a 33.
That's still going to be a failure. He knows your
I
ways.
don't know.
You know
What's your
what?
sense motive? What's your passive
Well,
sense
guess
motive
what?
there?
I'm going to say now he's part robot. It's really high. You
does
can't
not
bluff him
compute.
as well anymore.
What are you trying to hand me, by the way?
That's an open hand. Just take it.
You
You want some healing? I'm going to lay hands on you. It'll heal you.
Him becoming robot has made him. He has gotten wise to your ways, Rusty. He
Right.
Actually, what it
sees the
tells me
light.
is that Akiro is dead, and this robot is possessing him, so we probably need to kill him and put him down.
Do you know who he is? It's the reincarnation of Cheddar.
Ah!
His blood is boiling and his brain is
Yes.
IBM.
And Cheddar knows
I pushed the button.
what you did, Rusty. He knows what you
Roll 1d100. Let's see what happens to Akiro. That would be funny. Hiroji's up. What do you do, Hiroji? Wow, you
Oh,
actually
yeah,
did
74.
74. Okay, I can look it up. I still have the chart.
In the original Star Trek episode, the Doomsday Machine, the captain of the ship that is a wrecked hull after all of the other crew was beamed down to the planet to escape.
Not a captain, Commodore Decker.
That was Commodore Decker. That's what I was going to say. I was 100% sure. That was Commodore Decker. All right. I, for the aesthetics, am going to I'm going to move from where I am to the command area and move to the command bridge. And I'm going to do my best Commodore Decker impersonation. And I'm going to ram this right down its throat.
I like that.
So are you like casually walking over to the captain's chair, sitting down, spreading out your legs, and taking command of the ship and realizing this thing is going down?
If I could do that in all one action, I absolutely am doing that.
Sure. You bring
From
it all
Hell's
the way-
Heart,
all
do
the
you
way.
stabbeth at thee?
Yes. Mo, you're the last one standing. You see all of your friends running away towards the escape pods. And then you also see Hiroji confidently, defiantly sitting down in the captain's chair. What do you do?
Can I frickin' talk yet?
Yes. I'll say now you can finally talk.
All right.
I do love, John, I do love that the mute character does have the loudest mic. I do love that.
Oh, is it?
It's a combination of it's loud and you screaming all the time.
But it's good. I like it.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine. No,
Okay,
now it's
move
too
it.
low. No, now it's too low. But anyhow. No, just
John
go.
left the mic. John left the mic on the table and went to a different room.
I know.
The
It sounds like
difference
you're
is
like
half an inch away from my mouth. It's so subtle. I mean, it's like how I wear my headphones.
it's because your computer's that good.
All right, we'll go with that. I will salute Hiroji and say it was a pleasure serving with you, sir. And I will follow the rest of. I'll follow my lead, which I started. Damn it! And I'll go out the door, hauling with the rest of the crew to the escape pod.
I totally return the salute.
Aeon Tuttle, Akiro, Rusty, and Mo. run down various hallways. Gravitational eddies and forces are continuously fluctuating, but now you're in an area small enough that you can grab onto the walls and sort of control your falls. You weren't in this gargantuan command center where you were getting thrown around like a hamster ball. So you're able to manage to
I resent
run
that.
down. You manage to run down the corridors and you get to the escape pods. The good news is there's 3 left. The bad news is that there's 3 left. What do you do?
Wow.
Can we double
Wait.
up?
Wait. Whoa.
Well, define these escape pods. What are we talking here?
Oh, they're like single person escape pods. Obviously very nice. Designed to, be used for, the admirals, the captains, and other high command other people in high command in the military. So it looks like probably 3 of you can go in, and 1 person's going to probably have to kind of hang out on the outside of the escape pod for dear life while you fly towards something.
All right. So you're saying there's literally no option for, say, Dr. Tuttle to fit inside with one of us because he's of slightly lesser size. Well, I mean, let's be honest. Like Mo, if he could fit in one, it would seem logical that that Aeon Tuttle and one of us could fit in another.
Yeah, in fact, if you really want to squeeze, I'm going to say yes. If he really wants, he can squeeze in there with you, Rusty.
Who's Ripley and who's the cat?
Ha! So
I'm whatever gets me off this ship.
right. That's fine. Well, I'm going to get into a capsule since the captain obviously is going to need to report back to the.
Wait, I thought the
Starfinder.
captain goes down with the ship.
It's not my ship.
That would be me.
I'm going to now have to report back to the Starfinder Society, of course, as obviously the leader of this expedition. So, but Aeon Tuttle, you are welcome to join me. I hope you don't snore.
Okay, good. I will take the last remaining escape pod.
I wouldn't want all this scientific knowledge to go to waste, so I better.
All right.
For science, after all.
For the sake of science.
So, I just want to say, now off the record that we're all in it. Now, John and Jason, we were all thinking the same thing. If we really could only get 3 in here, right?
I am excluded.
Chris, nobody was talking to you. Don't worry about that.
Why am I
Jason,
excluded?
John, we were all on the same wavelength here, right?
Well, there's 3 on this side. There's got to be something on the other side. So go.
Forest.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh wait, or is it all just going to the same place? Like were there 4 and now there's 3?
Oh, no, there was actually 5, but 2 of them were taken, so there's only 3 left.
Aha!
All right.
You can fit in there. It could have been a little bit more fun and cinematic if someone was hanging onto the side for dear life, like barnstorming a shuttle pod, but that would have been funny as hell. Or you could just squeeze in there, and instead we have the clown car of Aeon Tuttle and Rusty, who are planes, trains, and automobiles, right next to each other.
Those are 2 pillows.
Exactly. That's right. Okay, the 4 of you squeeze in. You blast off. I presume that's what you want to do.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And you realize you need to get out of here. You have probably just enough time to reverse course as you see taking up the entire vid screen of the Stellar Degenerator and the Empire of Bones, very quickly approaching each other. You need to get out of this demi-plane. And, well, that's the first thing you need to do. So you presumably all set your courses out of the demi-plane, which is automatic. This is actually trying to get you to the nearest inhabitable
Class M planet.
Yeah, the funny thing is, I swear to God, I was going to say that. It's bringing you to the nearest Class M planet, and it's going to do this kind of for you automatically. Now, here's the funny part. Since it's undead, they'll actually bring you to any planet. But it'll try to bring
a
you...
Class D planet if I could.
You're
Demon-
actually
Planet
Demon
C.
class.
You're a demon class. I was going to go to the demon class. Actually, what it's going to do instead, it actually looks for technology. It actually looks for technology planets. So in this case, it's actually going to be both, because that controller moon is both a type M planet and his technology, so you should be okay. So you manage to escape, and then right at the last second, you pass from the demiplane into normal space, and we will jump to Roji.
Hold on. Just the very last transmission before we enter normal space on the open band, the entire party can hear, is that everyone on the band can hear Rusty saying, "Oh, hey, what happened to that guy with the antenna?"
That's right. You guys realize now that he ain't with you. He's.
I begged him to come with us. I tried. You heard me try and save him, but he's doing his own thing. So, Hiroji, you will be missed. You are the best of us all.
Not so sure about that part, but sure, yeah.
Anyone else have any last goodbyes for Mr. Hiroji?
Mo's not going to get too carried away with the moment.
All right. Now we'll go to Hiroji. So meanwhile, Hiroji's on the ship. The ship is literally deteriorating around him. He is buckled up in the seat as the gravitational eddies continue to shift faster and faster. And the ship is getting closer and closer and closer to the Stellar Degenerator. What is your plan?
I am actually right now in my head hearing the original Star Trek building dramatic music. You know what I'm talking about? Like there's a specific piece of music that they use for any situation, like in the Doomsday Machine, where the ship is going to go and ram the other ship. It's like, all right. So anyway, so that's actually going through my head right now, and yeah, my plan was opportune time. I'm gonna see the elephant, and then when I'm satisfied, I'm going to try to phase shift out and float in the darkness of the nether space.
Okay, you see that it's getting closer and closer and closer. The warnings throughout the ship are counting down as is automatically calculating the distance before flashing messages. In addition, you also read in the computers that the Armada is rushing towards your ship to try to stop it, and you even see that there's small boarding parties docking to try to get to the command center to stop it before this occurs. But Hiroji just sits there smiling, laughing to himself, knowing it's too late. There's nothing they can do. They're all going to go down with you. However, right before you realize it's ready to leave, something happens. Sarah Vox appears.
Oh.
A fireball goes off at your seat. When you're about to leave, give me a reflex save.
Ba-ba-bum, ba-ba-bum, ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-bum.
Hey everyone, Steve here. So this is it. You'll be able to hear what occurs, epilogues, final thoughts, all next week with the absolute final episode. So this is it. If you have any questions you want answered, if you want me to go over anything about Dead Sons, if you want to find out more about Cheddar or Kiro or Rusty or, well, anyone, this is it. This is probably the last opportunity you might get for a very long time, because when Dead Sons is over, it's pretty much going to be over. The characters are going to get into semi-retirement. We'll see. And we're going to go through and hopefully bring them back in some other way. But they're going to kind of at least take a break for a while. And you'll be able to find out what they've been up to next week and how they've evolved at the end of Dead Sons and what becomes at the end of Dead Sons. And for everyone who's been listening from the beginning, I just wanted to thank you so much for helping out Roll for Combat. This, as you know, was our very first podcast. I was very excited when Starfinder came out. I always wanted to do an Adventure Path podcast. I almost did Iron Gods. I kind of regret we didn't in retrospect, because that was a fantastic playthrough. But unfortunately, I didn't do Iron Gods. But then when I saw Starfinder was coming out, I thought, oh, perfect opportunity. Start something up. Have everyone experience the madness that is my friends. We could try them out in Dead Sons, a new system. It'll be new to everyone. and we took it from there. And as for continuing it, well, we just kind of grew. The site, as you know, got much bigger. The Discord has well over 1,000 people and hundreds of games on it. We then started the Fall of Plaguestone, which was even more popular than Dead Suns. We've now started 3-Ring Adventure, which is the circus adventure, which I think is even yet going to be more popular because everyone seems to be really interested in that adventure. And then we're going to be starting Tales from the Black Lodge, which I think everyone's going to like because it's episodic. It allows us to invite people from every walks of life into the show. It allows you to jump in and out and listen to small episodic tales. There's a large connective story between it all. You'll see. It's designed to really allow people that they don't have to sit here and listen to, well, in this case, 128 episodes in a row in a specific order. With Tales from the Black Lodge, you can listen to it in order, but you don't have to. So once again, I just wanted to thank everyone for listening to the show and supporting Roll for Combat. Also, make sure you check out the RPG Superstar Contest website. That's just, well, rpgsuperstar.com. Right now, there's a placeholder up there. But in a few days, you will be able to enter the actual contest and learn more about the site. As for show notes, well, I don't even look at the show notes anymore. You guys pretty much know what's going on. We got the podcast, we got Talking Combat. Now we have Talking Circus, by the way, so you can read all about the circus. I presume he's going to be doing something like Talking Tales or something like that for Tales from the Black Lodge, so be on the lookout for that in the near future. Of course, if you want to listen to us recording live and you want to hear both the pre-show and post-show banter, just become a $10 Patreon and you too can join us on the Discord channel and listen to us on a weekly basis. We record pretty much every week, at least one, if not both shows, and we send that out, and it's usually about 3 hours each time we record. So if you are interested in hearing us, just do a $10 Patreon. If not, you do $5 and you'll get the episodes early. And then, of course, make sure you check us out on all the social networks. Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. If it's a social network, we're pretty much on it. But once again, if you have any questions, anything you want answered about Dead Suns, about Starfinder, about this podcast, this is it. This is your very last chance to get your voice heard on the show. I'll answer any questions you have on next week's episode. Otherwise, this is it. Next week will be the final week for the Dead Suns Adventure Path, and I will see and talk to you all next week. See ya.
You've been listening to Roll for Combat, a Starfinder actual play podcast. If you have a question or comment for the show, please visit us at rollforcombat.com or drop us a line at contact@rollforcombat.com. You can also find us on Twitter, Facebook, Discord, and other social media platforms. You've been listening to Roll for Combat. Until next week, always remember, if the GM asks, "Are you sure?" You're already dead.